3 days from now. Yeah, 3. And I'm not going to do no camera trickery. It will be 3 days from now. We'll see if we can get that thing sold and make myself £500 profit.
If someone rear-ended your wife in the car and there's no damage to the vehicle, you've definitely got bigger problems getting me to repair it. You are now watching Rebuilding Salvage YouTube channel.
Morning guys, welcome back to the channel. And in this episode, we're going to see if we can take this little Saab that some of you will recognise and see in 3 days, yeah, 3, if I can make myself 500 quid out of that little beauty over there. She's a lovely little car. Because I've been driving around, I've put probably at least 1,000 miles on it, and the car's absolutely sweet as a nut. You can't fault it at all. It does, what, at 60 miles to the gallon at times. I'll put a picture up now of what I did manage to get out of it and stuff. Honestly, it's a lovely little car, full leather, the whole fluid works. It's the twin turbo version as well. So yeah, let me walk you around and show you the bits I need to get done and see how quick we can crack into it and stuff, and then see if we can get it sold. On the front bumper, got a scuff there, which I'm going to investigate, because I might be able to just blow it in, or I might be able to polish it out. I don't know till I have a look at it properly. So there's that little bit there. There's a bit that someone's touched in with an aerosol can there, so I am half tempted to blow the bumper in. Lucky enough, because I wouldn't have to blend it into the wings, because a bumper on a plastic bumper will never ever match the body. It's a fact of the way it is. Just doesn't ever do it. Thing needs good polish, because there's a few marks here and there. I'm hoping that one, most of that will polish out, because that seems like it's surfaced on the lacquer. A few more scuffs and scratches. The worst part of the whole lot of it is a very, very bad repair someone's done on this rear quarter sometime. As you can see, the paint's not really stuck. There's a few bits here and there. The blend line they done is quite obvious, is right there. And the rest of it, so I'm going to have to attack that and get that done. Around the back, just once again, needs good machine polish, which, as we all know, I enjoy doing a bit of machine polishing. A few more scratches scattered around the top of there. But around this side, I think you'll find it's pretty good, apart from one scratch around there, and someone keyed the door a little bit, which I'm not really going to touch it, I don't think, because otherwise I've got to paint the door, and then I've got to blend, which I'll be blending down here, and once again I'd have to blend onto the door, and for what the car's worth, I don't think I'm going to worry that for it. There's not much to it. That much to it. Sorry, got a bit tongue-tied this morning. But it's, as I said, it's a really, really nice car. I've just been running it around for the last few months as just a general hack, to be honest with you. And to be honest with you, I can't fault it. I really can't fault it in any way, shape or form. But I've known this car for quite a while. I've looked after it for a while. And then when it came up available, I bought it with the intentions of running around for a bit and then flip it on. So now's the time to see if we can flip that. And 3 days from now, yeah, 3. And I'm not going to do no camera trickery. It will be 3 days from now. We'll see if we can get that thing sold and make myself £500 profit for 3 days of work. Which I know to a lot of people ain't a lot of money, but it's just quite a nice little flip on a cheap car. So yeah, let me get sorted, and I suppose we'll mask up a few areas and see if we can attack that rear quarter on the far side, get that one done first, and then go from there. I popped off the trim that goes round here so I can get in there nicely and stuff. So that's now off out of the way, so I'm not going to have to worry about getting a paint or catching it when I'm rubbing it down. Also took out the rubber just inside the door, so I'll have somewhere to mask and lose the paint line when I get round to it. So first thing first, got some 400 grit on the D8. Let's DA this sort down, see how bad it is, and then we can assess what we're going to do next on it. So, apologise about the compressor, guys, but it's going for air tools going and stuff. But as you can see now, it started to uncover where the damage was, the rest of it. And to be honest with you, I've looked, that isn't actually that bad. It's just literally a skim over where it's obviously had a little ripple where it's been tapped a little bit at some time. But it's all cleaned up, all the bad paint's come off. I've gone up to there. But as you've seen, I changed from the 400, I went to 240 over just the area I wanted to knock right back really hard. and then I went back to 400 again and finished off on that. That's there ready for high build primer, so then I can block it through. So now I'm going to go and get on with the bumper. Right, so we're now cracking on. I decided I was going to attack this side with a sander because I found a couple of little bits. There's a scuff down the bottom there, a bit there, plus there was a bit up the top there. So that's now DA down and panel white. This side, so as you can see, now you can see why that bit was like it, because someone's done a repair on there at some time, but it's now rubbed down and panel wiped again. And as you see in the back, it's now all panel wiped again. So I'm going to mask it up, stick some high build on, and hopefully once it's gone off I can block it, get it right, hopefully first time. Fingers crossed, which I can't do. So yeah, fingers crossed, and I can get it in the booth then, get it painted.
2 hours later.
Bit of time gone by, got it all masked up the areas I want to do. I'm just localising at the moment, hence why I haven't bagged up the car. It's just literally localised bits of high build primer so I can block it back. Same on this corner, and the whole of that side's done. So let me see if I can get a bit of high build on it. I mixed it 4 to 1, so it's really, really thick at the moment, because I want to use it as a filler, like to build up to get the like 100% lines and stuff, because I want it absolutely perfect. But yeah, I've already got it mixed up in the gun, so let's see if I can get a camera set up and roughly about right and see what we can get done. All high builded in, they're just lamping off at the moment with a bit of guide coat on them, and the same with this back bit. So once they're all lamped off and stuff, I'll start blocking out and stuff, and I'll give you a bit of time lapse of me blocking them out and stuff, and then we can move on to the next part. I've got it all rubbed down. It took a bit more than what I wanted to do, so I'm now going to have to go over a lot of it and put a thin coat of primer over it just to seal some of the edges. And, well, I say seal the edges, don't mean it like that. It's more to re-blend in the bits what I've done, if that makes more sense. But the front bumper, I decided I'm going to paint complete. So I've done the whole of it all the way around. So that's now got a shape on it. And the rear quarter, well, I've had to do a fair bit more shaping than I wanted to do on it, because the previous people that did it didn't do it very well. So it's now ready to paint. Well, I say paint, put a coat of wet primer on it. So we'll get a coat of wet primer on it now. I'm saying wet, that's what I call it, but it's a thin coat of primer, not high build, if that makes more sense. So we get a dusting of that over it, and yeah, I should end up having to just flat it off the last time, and then it can go in the booth.
2 hours later.
Right, now we got the last coat of primer on it. As you can see, I put no guide coat on this time because it should be reasonably flat. So I like doing it by hand and by feel. But yeah, we're starting to get all the shapes back, as you can see. The rest of it in there. So same on the other side, and yeah, back wheel arch. So as they say, the night shift begins. I went home for a couple of hours and I'll come back to crack on with some more of it. So we need to get this thing done. So I'm going to crack on with a bit of wet flatting, I think, or flatting, whichever way I decide to do it. So yeah, let me crack on. Right then guys, I've just been cracking on and stuff. I've pulled the car into the booth, bagged it all up, masked it all up and stuff, so it's now ready for tack clothing off and shooting a bit of base on it. So we're more likely 2 to 3 coats of base that go down, followed by 2 reasonably thick coats of lacquer go down on top of it. So yeah, we've got my little soft edge mask there for my blend area, because I just in case I get close to it. I'm hoping not to, but if I do, I have to. It's there ready for me. But yeah, everything's ready. Just like as I said, tack cloth down. Well, I got panel white first, then tack cloth down. But we're getting there now. So I'm not going to film the tack cloth and panel wiping down, but I'll put you on time lapse when I try and do some paintwork and stuff in there. So yeah, hopefully you're enjoying this bit of progress. Oh, that's the base done. Front bumper has come out mint. Just got to wet that flash off and I can lacquer that one up. But that's come out absolutely perfect. Not what I can say for this flipping back quarter. The back quarter has reacted. I haven't got a clue why, but it's weird. Yeah. So that I'm not going to lacquer for a minute. That I've got to let go off, and then I can try and flat it out and see what I can do with it. But yeah, it's almost like it's on the edge of the primer line that I did, but I don't know. It's a weird one. Could have reacted to what was underneath it. I haven't got a clue. But the front bumper's come out fine, and I use the same primer and stuff on that, so I don't know. But as I said, I'm going to let that flash off, and I get some lacquer on the bumper. I'll leave the back bit, and yeah, see if I can flat out that crap and reapply some more paint on it and sort that mess out. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get it done in 3 days now or not because of that back corner, but I'll still give it a good go. Might be another day or so after that, but reactions happen, I can't help it. So yeah, I'll just carry on and go from there really. As you can see, guys, it's come out absolutely mint. Switch that rear bloody quarter out. As it's got to try and lamp it off at the moment, but yeah, not good. So what I'm going to do with that until I get a chance to get it go off completely and see what I can do with it. But I'm really not impressed with that. But front bumper's come out alright. So yeah, I'm going to let the front bumper go off before I do any more things in there. And yeah, take it from there, I suppose.
One eternity later.
I left you with a bit of a pain in the ass with the Saab, with the rear quarter that reacted reasonably badly, and I didn't know what I was going to do with it. Easy way of putting it, off camera I flatted it right back, reprimed a couple of little bits which I'd gone through and all the rest of it. Once I did that, reshot the black again, and then I shot like 3 coats of lacquer on top. And yeah, let me turn the camera, put my coffee down, turn the camera around, and I'll show you what it's come out like. No reactions no more. Got a few little tiny little bits of tut in it, which you always get, which I'll just need to denib in a minute. But as we can see, we've got lovely shine in that. Where before I was doing the blend line here, I decided I'd rather just get the blend line. Oh yeah, not there. So I've gone all the way down the pillar now. Excuse me. So yeah, there's that now. Once I denib that, I'll machine polish a lot of the rest of the panels as well, and we get the colour to go back to as it should be. But the front bumper dried, it's a bit dusty now, but the front bumper dried absolutely mint. That literally, I just need to wipe a foam bit of polish over it in effect. I don't really need to do an awful lot to that, and that's ready to go. So I think I'm going to set a camera up, we get denibbing that back bit, start machine polishing some of the rest of it, see how far we go. But this, in theory, the hours that I put into that rear corner and the rest of it only took me the rest of the day. So I've come in, well, it's now a couple of days later because I've let it all go hard and the rest of it. But in theory, this is only still my second day of doing the Saab. So we're still getting there. Still got one more day after today to get this thing all ready to be put up for sale. So yeah, I'm going to, as I said, set up a camera, drink the rest of my coffee, and then yeah, I'll carry on from there. Right, what you see me do there was quickly flatten it with, what is it, 1500 3M hook loop thing on the DA with a soft interface pad, so it makes it all soft so you don't take the edges and the rest of it. Then I changed to a 2000 interface pad with the 2000 grit built onto it. I absolutely love them. It's a really nice pad. It goes over really nice rest of it. But as you can see now, it's all flattened back, but you've got shine coming back to it already. So now it's a case of giving it a good buff up and stuff. So I got my rotary out. I got some Perfect It Fast Plus, which I always use. It's just a quick one, but it's a very heavy one, so you don't want to go too mad on it. And I got some G10 finishing compound, and I get the soft head out as well. So yeah, once again, I'll stick you back in time lapse and see if I can knock this out. See if we can get a nice shine to it. Well, there you go guys, as you can see, the shine's now come back absolutely lovely now. All I've done at the moment is the heavy cut. I've still got to go with a G10 and refine it more, hence why you can see some of the shadowy bits and stuff on it. Don't worry about that, that will all go. We got to go over that and sort that out in a second. But I did the top of the doors here, just so you can see that once I machine polished it, it blends perfectly fine. There's no, because of the colour of it, I wasn't worried about blending onto the panel, because I did a little colour swatch thing and it pretty much was identical to a bit that I polished in the first place. So as you can see, it's all going to blend quite nice and stuff. So off camera, I'm going to go over the whole thing with the G10. Well, I say the whole thing, all the bits I need to go over with the G10. Then we've got a few other little bits which we need to kind of, let me clean that camera lens a minute, notice it's filthy. Hey, I might be able to see a bit better now. Just there's a few more barks which I want to try and flat out and lose as much as I possibly can. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but I'll be back with that as soon as I got this lot done. Morning, guys. I've done the back bit now. I'm now onto this. I got a scuff on the door, which I only think is actually in the lacquer, to be completely honest with you. The more and more you feel it, you can only just about pick it up. It might be the odd little tiny bit through it, but what I'm going to do is see if I can get rid of it. That I won't, because that's right in there. But this bit here, I can more than likely lose a lot of it. So first things first, I'm going to 2000 grit DA it. Once again, with the DA, with the intermediate pad with the fat thing on it, and see what I can actually get out. And then we're give a machine up and see how well it comes up. Saying that, I'm actually going to get a bit of 1500 on it for a minute. Once again, I've got the intermediate pad in there, just trying to knock it down a little bit quicker. Kicks in, back to the 2000 again. Now we move on to the heavy cut again on the rotary. That compressor's kicked off. Don't know how well the camera's picked it up, but as you can see now, still got a bit up there which I said I wouldn't get rid of. There's a tiny little trace left of it, but as you can see, it's taken away pretty much most of it. Got to refine that. I'll refine that. I'll do the whole door at the same time, because otherwise you end up with one patch. So I'll go across it and refine the whole door at the same time, and yeah, quite happy with that one. As you can see, you can now see my reflection in there quite well. So yeah, quite happy with that. I'm going to get that done, a few more bits done. I'll cut back in and let you guys know what I've been up to. Well, that's the whole thing now gone over G10, apart from the roof. I've still got the roof to do, but I'm doing that in a minute. As I've been going around, I've been finding all my little marks and stuff. I've got the ones on this door, which I won't be able to flat out for love nor money. So what I'm going to do is get a little tiny brush. I'm just going to touch them in, just for the same colour, just so they just about lose you still see them. These were put, you still see them, but just because they lose instant eye contact with it. Because at the moment, that there is about the worst bit on the whole car, and it's annoying the hell out of me. So I'm going to quickly touch them in, and yeah, I think we're actually getting somewhere with this one now. Well, there's a bit taken in, a touched in. As you can see, it takes your eye away. If it's still there, I will wait for it to go off and I'll flat it back a little bit, and I will go over a machine polish just to make it go a little bit flatter like I always do. But yeah, I've done that. Cut a couple little bits of the back bumper. So now it's a case of I need to put the bottom of the bumper back together and number plate back on. I need to paint those little trims, so I'll get them little bits painted, let them going off. I'll show you what they're like when they're done, and yeah, we'll get it all back together. There we are, security extractor on, just like making sure there's no overspray going on the car. Yeah, there we go. That's now silver again, when it wasn't, to be honest with you. It got horrible, and there's the other one silver. Just gotta let them dry, then we can get them back together.
One eternity later.
Right, well, something I didn't really expect I was going to have to do. As you do, check the vehicle in before you put it up for sale. And as I was going over the vehicle, found that the headlights were non-existent. So I spent a little bit of time checking things over, changed what I thought would be the cause and the rest of it, and turned out it wasn't. And as we all know, I don't enjoy wiring at the best of times. So Mark popped in, had a look through, hence why all the fuse boxes apart and the rest of it. And we determined it down to, after I changed the bulbs and I've changed the headlight controller, we determined it down to the fact that we reckon the ballast was gone. So I've changed the ballast, and yeah, we're all good now. So we now got headlights again. So I just need to finish putting the front end back together, and then I think it's pretty much ready to clean the inside out, and we're done. So we're getting there now.
I promised I would wait for you, but I'm getting so impatient. Tell me that you're ready now. This room is big enough for two, and I wanna do that something that will blow your mind. Do you know the things you do to me?
I do have to say, this little thing, it absolutely drives lovely. It is absolutely sweet as a nut. It effortlessly just goes along, minding its own business. It's an absolute pleasure to drive, it really is. Plenty of power, uses bugger all flavouring fuel. What more can you want? And now a very, very tidy car. So yeah, let's go get this thing washed, and yeah, we'll have a little chat afterwards.
Put your hands on me, on me, on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me.
Well, there she is, guys. Had a good old little mini valet done on it and stuff, because I'm, well, at the moment, time is money and all that, and I ain't really got 100% time to do it. But there she is. She's all up together, all looking absolutely mint. As you can see, with got a few little bits of stuff on it where they just cleaned it, but there's the front bumper. Have that absolutely perfect. And once again, the rear quarter. Now it's out in the sunlight, yes, absolutely gleaming. But as I said, guys, it's an absolutely lovely little car. It's going to be one of those ones that, in a way, so you look around the back, it's all clean, tidy. The rest of it, well, I've got the mats back and things like that, but you catch what I mean. It's a lovely car, full leather, full aircon, all the rest of it and stuff. So yeah, there she is. So let's take that little thing back to the shed, and we'll have a sit down and we'll crunch the numbers and see how we go on.
In the summer, so put your hands on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me, on me, on me, on me, on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me. I just wanna dance, dance, dance with you. Let me take you under where nobody can see. I just wanna dance, dance, dance with you. Harder than the summer, so put your hands on me. Put your hands on me.
Well, guys, I know I said I was going to go back to the unit and do the numbers, but it's such a nice day. It'd be a shame to spoil it and stuff. So I haven't actually got back to the unit yet. I'm yeah, as you can see, quite a nice little view and the rest of it. So yeah, I'm I'm just sat in the Saab. It's yeah, still enjoying driving the thing and the rest of it. So let's stop waffling and actually get through some of these numbers and stuff, shall we? So, as you know, I was trying to do this so I can earn 500 quid in 3 days. The time it's actually took me to do with fiddling around with the rest of it, it's gone over the 3 days as in days I spent on it. But if you take it that I've done 8 hours a day on it, I've actually been keeping notes of it, and I'm 2 or 3 hours over that. So if you think of it that way, I haven't gone over it, if that makes sense. So as far as I'm concerned, I've still actually took 3 days to do it without playing any tricks or anything else. So as far as I'm concerned, yeah, I've done 3 days. But let's see what we spent on it in total. So what we got, I bought the car originally, and admittedly I bought it cheap, but is what it is. Some you win, some you lose. So I spent £600 on the car in the first place. First thing we did with it was MOT'd it, which was 50. The paint on it, that I've done work on it, I've put down £85 because there's a couple of little bits which I've used out of stock and things like that. So I've allowed £85 for that. Of course, none of my time and the rest of it. So as you can see, quite a cheap bit of paint work I've done on it. What have we got next one? Headlight controller. Well, I was trying to get the headlights to work, which it turns out it wasn't that. So I'm going to try and return it, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. That was £38. The headlight ballast, I've only put cheap ones in it, but they work, so they're due for now. Well, I say due for now. They work perfectly fine. Stupid idiot. They were £62 for the pair, and the mini valet I had done earlier was £20. Yeah, so if you add all that lot up, it comes to £855 is what the car sits here owing me at the moment. I intend, I've looked around here and everywhere. You get some real cheap battered ones, which are not the twin turbo ones. They're just a TID, not the ttid. This one's a ttid, so it's a twin turbo. You get some of them crop up around about £1,000. The ttid ones, I can't find none cheaper than 1,500, but they go anything up to £2,500 because this is the facelift one. On 2008 onwards, they went to the facelift. This is the facelift, early facelift being a 58 plate. I propose to put the thing up for £1,500, which is right at a low scale, but that there would mean I would earn a pre-tax profit of 645 quid. So yeah, I think you agree that's quite good for that. But I've actually sold this one already. I took the thing home earlier today after giving it a good clean and the rest of it, and the other half turned around and said that she wants to buy it as she's about to learn to drive the rest of it, and it saves me having to build her a T4. So I've actually sold it. I gave her a bit of discount for it, but me being me, I'm the lovely kind-hearted person I am. Well, I say that, I've still charged good money for it. She's given me £1,300 for it, so £1,300 for it. So it still gives me a pre-tax profit of £445. So for 3 days work, I think I've done pretty well. And as far as I'm concerned, the £500 I nearly made, I'm not far off it, and I still get to drive it around as well, so I'm on a win-win there. So I think we've done pretty well out of this one and stuff. And yeah, we'll now move on to another one. Well, I say another one. Do you want to see me do some more cheap car challenges like this and the rest of it, or would you rather me just get on with them in the background and you don't see what I do with them? Let me know, stick it in the comments below, let me know, and also let me know how you think the car came out. And yeah, I'm going to stop waffling, guys, and hopefully you enjoyed the little series. If you did, hit the like button. If you could, possibly share it, and if you're not already, hit that subscribe button. And until the next one, guys, stay safe.